LTN Hour. Let's talk NASCAR with your host, Todd Bailing, co-hosts Brian Schmidt, PJ Noodleman, and producer Dangerous Dan Margetta. Call the show anytime at 414-421-7901. And now, the creator and host of the fastest hour in radio, Todd Bailing.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't kill me. I'm a modern medical miracle. 72 hours after getting a new heart valve, and here I am, just as good as I ever was, if that was any good. Hello there, everybody. Todd Bailing in beautiful Greendale, Wisconsin, joined by my three cheesehead partners, starting with Brian Schmidt over in Oostburg, USA. Hi, Brian.
Good morning. Yes, another big Brickyard 400 weekend. The continuing talk is the Brickyard 400 a crown jewel or not? I've heard half say it isn't, and I've heard half say it is. I really don't know where to go on that one.
Possibly say it isn't. Just being at this track is, I think. Oh, well. Way over on the left coast of Wisconsin on the mighty Mississippi, our own PJ Noodleman. Hi.
Hey. I don't know if it's a crown jewel or not, but it definitely has a lot of history. So I think that's the only reason it's kind of held up to that way.
Well, this guy will know whether it's a crown jewel or not. Our producer, director, Dan Margetta, he does more than just produce and direct. He's a camera guy. He's a writer. He's an all-around good guy. Hi, Dan.
Hey, and I think it is a crown jewel, just because I'm kind of a purist. It's Indianapolis, and
exactly.
You go there, no matter what race you're there for. I've been there for the Indy 500, for the Brickyard 400. I've been there for a Formula One race. Anytime you go to, I didn't even IMSA race as well. Every time you go to Indianapolis, it just feels different. It feels cool because it's Indy. And I think if you're kind of a racing purist, anytime you race there, it's got to be a crown jewel event. If you're going to win somewhere, it's a pretty good place to win.
NASCAR's new most popular driver, Carson Hocevar, is on the pole, 186.598. He went around in 48.232 seconds. Stages are at lap 50 and 100. It's a 160 lapper to make up 400 miles. It is the last race that will be televised on TNT. They go to USA Network next week. Pretty good weather, 80s with 5% chance of rain. They got a new left side tire. Oh, we've had some tire issues in the past at this race. I hope these work good. They're new right side tires, and the tires on the left side are going to be the same ones that they had in Chicago. Every once in a while, I'm going to lose my voice here. I had some tubes jammed down my neck on Thursday, and it's a little scratchy yet, so my apologies. Corey Heim qualified 7th for this thing. I believe he is the real deal, and we're going to get to see a lot more of him. It's pretty.
Look at that lineup. How many of the top cars have Chris Gabehart's fingerprints on?
Oh, that's a lawsuit right there. That's funny. Yeah, we got, top two. You got Suarez starting on the outside. Geez. Yeah, I know. Then there's all those Toyotas where Gabehart used to be. Geez.
And then you got the spoiler, Blaney in the Ford.
He's been, at least there's one Ford. Well,
he's going for $1 million today. Don't forget that.
Darn right he is.
Yeah. How easy are they going to make it? He's going against Todd Gilliland. It's that $1 million in-season challenge that TNT was part of their gig, and it came down to Ryan Blaney against Todd Gilliland. Oh, what do they call him? The Todd Father? Really? Okay. So Blaney's already spent the money, I'm sure. I don't know how they do that. Do you suppose the driver gets probably a percentage, right? They probably work that out.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's in his contract how much he gets for everything.
Well, not just him. A lot of people. Speaking of Fords, other than that number 12 car that actually wins races, how about that Joey Logano last week? He absolutely kicked everybody's ass and stunk it up at North Wilkesboro. I personally want to mention SVG is having a pretty damn good race. He's not he's not used to leading on an oval. And if you don't believe me, let's ask old SVG how he likes leading. Here's what he said last week.
Bleeding. What the fuck do I do now? I don't know. Go straight.
I'm leading. There you go. It's not that he's not used to leading. It's just usually on road courses. But
That should be a T-shirt.
oh
yes, 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, keep that handy. I kind of like that little snippet there, Matt. We'll play that now and again. This is the last race before they actually get an off week next week. The next race is August 9th in Iowa, and it changes over from TNT to USA Network. So that's what we've got to look forward to right there.
So this is your last day with Dale Jr., unfortunately. You get to keep Squeaky, the squeaky wheel up there. He's goes on with NBC, but Junior, this is his last race of the year.
He's keeps his fingerprint on a lot of things. If you want to know what he thinks, there's plenty of ways of finding out. That's for damn sure. So, big fun. At the end of the year, we got to probably do a show that recaps all the coverages from all the different networks and the positives and the negatives, but there's been some pretty good ones. Junior seems to just show up. I mean, he likes the partial schedule, which I really understand here as I get older myself. And he's probably very good with just doing a podcast and a couple of races here and a couple of races there. It's good for him.
What makes him really stand out, though, is he gets the fans. I think he's a fan himself. I think he watches races but doesn't have to get paid to talk about them. I think he kind of understands how race fans think, and when he comes off when he's broadcasting or talking on these broadcasts, people relate to him because as big as he got and as popular as he got, and he's like an icon now. He never really lost the grip of what it's like to be a fan.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
And he brings that to the broadcast. If you've seen like last week's post race show at North Wilkesboro, those guys are I think it's in the 3 and 4 corner. They're outside of there, and the fans are there, and they're throwing hats at him, and they're hooting and hollering. I mean, and this is 11 o'clock at night, almost midnight local time, and they're on there. And I mean, Jamie McMurray, he brings that out of Jamie McMurray. The whole TNT group really, I think, improved 100% more than last year as to their interaction and getting the fans involved and getting people excited again. And hopefully USA NBC can do that when they take over.
Prime kind of raised the bar a little bit, I think.
It's basically the Prime group kind of rolled over to the TNT group. So you kind of had Prime and TNT together here for the last 2 months.
And it's been a good experience for everybody all the way around, for sure.
I think you can really tell when someone loves what they're doing. And I think that really comes through. That it's not, it's a job, but it's not just a job. It's actually they love doing it.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. They've been doing some racing there in Indianapolis. The Norp Series raced yesterday, and Carson Kvapil won his first ever race. It was pretty emotional for everybody. I was surprised to see how emotional Dale Jr. got himself. He knows what a great kid Carson Kvapil is and what kind of dedication. And Travis is an A1 guy. If you've never met Travis Kvapil, he's as good a human being as you're ever going to find. The kids are taken after Dad, and they're all good racers, just like he was. And the first win, how great is that? Junior Motorsports, the top 4? Good God. Next thing you'll tell me, they did a burnout on the bricks. That's a naughty thing to do. You don't want to do that. That pisses everybody off, They were out there scrubbing the bricks, right?
Oh, yeah, they got to run today. You don't want to kiss Carson's tires, right? I mean, they got to kiss those bricks after the race.
Thing is, that happens all the time, though. So I don't know why they're making such a big to-do about it.
The bricks, though. It's sacred racing ground, right? They got a pretty nice video, if you haven't seen it yet, of Travis Kvapil watching post-race on his phone as Dale Jr. got choked up when they interviewed him, and which, of course, made Dad get choked up, too. It was a pretty neat moment all the way around. The trucks raced at IRP. Brian, did you say that was a sellout?
Yep. It's been a long time since they sold out Lucas Oil Raceway Park, but at about, 4 o'clock local time, they said, we are sold out and full. That is really good to see.
The weather definitely helped that one.
Yes, it was like 75. It was like Chamber of Commerce weather. Last year, Dan and I went there, and it was like sitting in a sauna. So,
Lane Riggs won the truck race, his third win of the year. Ty had a pretty good race, finished third. Nobody was going to beat old Lane Van Rigsberg in there. He was pretty awesome. They ran an ARCA race first and Caden Huddycutt won that one. And so a good show for everybody. And I think it's been, isn't that funny how a good weather weekend makes all the difference and keeps a good taste in everybody's mouth and makes everybody say positive things and doesn't bitch on media. And it's great. It really is. And
corn sweats give you the rage.
Now, what is that? Is that a thing?
Oh, yeah. Humidity? Heck yeah.
Corn sweat. All right. Well, whatever. There's not a hell of a lot going on, but there are some very important things that happened this week. We're going to talk about them after we take this break. We're very happy you're listening to the LTN podcast. We'll be right back.
Experience endurance racing at its finest. July 30th through August 2nd. The Modal Sports Car Endurance Grand Prix featuring IMSA returns to Road America. Watch elite drivers and cutting-edge machines from nearly 20 manufacturers like Ferrari, Corvette, Aston Martin, and Mercedes battle it out. New for 2026, don't miss the 6-hour endurance showdown, putting Road America alongside the world's greatest endurance races. It's strategy, speed, and stamina all in one unforgettable weekend. For tickets and information, go to roadamerica.com. Don't miss out on IMSA.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800. Or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
Chimney Mechanics installs and services wood, natural gas, propane, pellet stoves, and chimneys. We service all of Wisconsin, the UP, and Northern Illinois. We repair all brands and all models of fireplaces, no matter where you bought it. We do custom chimney caps, liners, chimney fire repairs, water and stonework, water leak repairs, and replacement dampers. We do new construction and insurance work. No job is too big or too small. ChimneyMechanics.com. That's Chimney Mechanics with an X. Check us out on Facebook.
And welcome back to LTN, the Indianapolis edition. Well, Alex Bowman finally helped put a lot of the rumors to rest. He announced that he's going to sign he did sign already, a 1-year contract extension to stay in the 48 car next year, and then he plans to retire. He's 33 years old. And he's had some pretty major issues he has dealt with. He broke his back in a flipping sprint car, wasn't it, I guess?
Yep, in Burlington, Iowa a couple years ago.
And then, of course, he's had his, and I know how hard it is to deal with dizziness, and he's had his share of that he's had to deal with. So he's announced 1 more year. Now, I don't know. It might be that he got pressure from Hendrick. Maybe Hendrick sweetened the pot for him and said, why don't you retire? I'll give you a couple of $1 million to go out the door. I don't know. I don't know how that worked. I do know that Dan brought it up a long time ago, and I kind of poo-pooed it because I didn't think that it was going to be necessary. I don't mean necessary, not be possible for the guy to actually do this. But Dan mentioned, and I guess it was talked about, that if Hendrick wants Connor Zilisch, he's just going to go get him, just like he did with Jeff Gordon back in the day. Well, I'll be damned. But Jordan Bianchi was the first to report it this week, and he's saying it's going to be Connor Zilisch that's going to take over for Alex Bowman in the 48 car. Think about this. Is he the most perfect Hendrick driver you could possibly design for that ride? It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he fits the mold completely for Hendrick. And back, like around Daytona early in the year, I mean, there was talk around that Zilich's deal with Trackhouse wasn't as airtight as everybody thought it was, and that there was probably an opening somewhere for it. And you just, like you said, Rick goes and gets the guys he wants, and that's kind of what he did here. Even if it's going to wait a year, looks like Bowman will drive that car next year. And then right now, Zilich is the guy that's the target to put in that car for 28.
What happens to Corey Day? Anybody?
I don't know. I mean, Day has really come around now lately. Back for a while, he was good in the sprint car and wasn't doing a whole lot in the NASCAR side, but he's starting to learn that now. So he may be as well. Zilich just comes he reminds me of Jeff Gordon. I remember at Phoenix last year when we went to that press conference when they had all the championship guys from the O'Reilly series now. He reminded me of a Jeff Gordon. He's so young and so well spoken and just kind of everybody's got this, he's going to be great, going to be great, going to be great. And it just seems like he would fit in perfectly at Hendrick. And
his head is on straight, and more than anything else, that's what Hendrick, it seems like, fits the mold. So Connor Zilich, so Justin Marks can spend how much to get this kid to get all his he finds out what it looks like at the back of the field driving for Justin Marks, because for one reason or another, other than SVG, Trackhouse has been really crappy this year. And so I think Zilich is underperforming and he's frustrated. As soon as he gets out of that car and gets into a different car, it looks like Zilich of last year. So, I can't imagine, if he gets a call from Rick Hendrick and says, yeah, listen, this is Rick. Your NASCAR career isn't going to be like this if you drove for me. We'd be looking at you winning and running up front every week rather than watching for you at the back of the field. And the kid knows this, and he's frustrated. And where do I sign, sir? That's pretty much, I think, how that. There was I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a report that there was actually a negotiation. Hendrick called Justin Marks and said, "Can we do a deal here? I want Zilich," and they couldn't come to an agreement. You know what happens then, don't you? Okay, then I'll just take him. And that's what happened. And so he's gone. I wonder if Corey Day doesn't want to go over there. He knows what he'd be up against.
I don't know.
And Corey Day is another Hendrick type guy.
And you got to look and see with Hendrick too. I mean, they still have some kind of an alliance with Spire. A little bit. I mean,
that's right.
On the Chevy side, Trackhouse kind of went down the pecking order a little bit. I mean, Hendrick's probably your top one. Then you got who's next? Maybe Spire now is running real well. And, you got Childress over there, and you got Trackhouse, and not everybody can be number one or even number two. So you got to kind of look at that too. As far as that's everything's kind of gone that way now that the manufacturers kind of run the show now. I mean, Toyota's the only one that seems to have it worked out where all their teams are together, but they only have they have three, right? They have Gibbs and Jordan's team, which are kind of on alliance together already. And then you
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, and that car is kind of always like the last tier down. Mm-hmm. Ford's got Penske and RFK in the front row, and then Penske's probably the top deal there. So it seems like a whole lot is really about on manufacturers and where you are in their kind of pecking order more than it was before.
Jimmy Johnson might be third in the pecking order at Toyota, but Joe Gibbs doesn't have his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame like Jimmy Johnson is going to have. What? Those are entertainers. Well, I suppose race car drivers are entertainers. How many athletes are on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? I can't name any. Dan, you came up with a semi-possible name.
Well, they had said that he was the first motorsports guy to be
okay.
But I'm like, Paul Newman raced, right? And he's on there.
Yeah, but nobody knows him as a race car driver. I mean, some of us know him as a race car driver, but average Joe on the street, he's an actor. Well, but how the hell? Jeff Gordon he hosted Saturday Night Live. That's more than Jimmy Johnson ever did. But here he is going on a Hollywood Walk of Fame. Well, that's all right. So the question would be, what happens to Corey Day? In another year, Corey Day is going to have another year in the Xfinity, listen to me, Norp series, driving for Hendrick and developing. And in another year, you don't know what kind of opportunities are going to be out there. And it looks to me as though Corey Day is developing nicely. Is that my imagination?
No, he's figuring it out, pretty quickly here. This is his first year, and he doesn't really have a lot of pavement experience either. So, I mean, I know that the idea was go to Cup, but boy, I think you need more than 2 years of asphalt racing full time before you're ready to go to the Cup Series, or you're going to just, turn out like a lot of others have that have been rushed too quickly. So I think this is probably the best case scenario if it happens.
We're going to take a break. We're glad you're listening to the LTN podcast. We are live on Facebook and YouTube if you happen to have downloaded it. And if you ever want to listen live, 11 Eastern, 10 o'clock Central Time. We'll be right back.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
Miller Sales and Service of Random Lake is where to go for a trailer, no matter what you're hauling. Tom and Jerry Miller have been selling trailers from B&B, Trophy, and Bravo for over 50 years. Quality and integrity is what put them on the map on the corner of 57 and K since 1939. Home of the number 89 dirt and asphalt cars of Brad Miller. That's Miller Sales and Service. It's where to go for a trailer, just 20 minutes north of Milwaukee. Call them 920-994-4358.
Experience endurance racing at its finest. July 30th through August 2nd. The Modal Sports Car Endurance Grand Prix featuring IMSA returns to Road America. Watch elite drivers and cutting-edge machines from nearly 20 manufacturers like Ferrari, Corvette, Aston Martin, and Mercedes battle it out. New for 2026, don't miss the 6-hour Endurance Showdown, putting Road America alongside the world's greatest endurance races. It's strategy, speed, and stamina all in one unforgettable weekend. For tickets and information, go to roadamerica.com. Don't miss out on IMSA.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
Love it, don't you? Yeah, I'm leading. That's so fantastic. I love it.
I'd buy a shirt that says I'm leading on the front and on the back.
What the fuck do I do now? I know, it's hilarious. Hey, did you notice that he manages to swear when he sneaks some naughty word in when he gets interviewed after the race, and it's so natural.
I appreciate that, honestly.
Oh my God, yes. Isn't that funny? And it's cable, come on. It's not over the air. It's legal, kind of, mostly. They announced this week that the Busch Clash is going to return to Daytona the night before the Super Bowl. What a nice little commercial to do to lead into the following week's Daytona 500. There are many, when they're not there, people bitch, we need to be at Daytona. And when they announce they're going back, now we're going to go back to boring Daytona Busch Clashes again. Come on. You can't have it both ways. It's a really good way to tease the 500 the next week. It'll be a real nice little package for the night before the Super Bowl. And Geez, all the way around. My question, though, is what happens to Bowman Gray?
It stays covered in snow in February like it normally is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's why I think last year in the last 2 years they did it at Bowman Gray. While it was a cool idea, the time of year you're running it there just wasn't practical. And last year really showed that it's not a practical thing to do. Now for Bowman Gray, I mean, All-Star race. The only thing is, the All-Star race is under SMI's control, and it's been moving among their speedways, and the rumor flying around is that the All-Star race may go to New Hampshire. Now, let's hope that doesn't happen because I don't know what you're going to get out of that. I personally think the All-Star race is where you go and you move around to these other tracks because it's in the time of the year when you can race anywhere in the country. You can try different things at different tracks. The only problem is, like I said, it's under the Bruton Smith banner of the SMI tracks, and are they going to give that up? I don't know.
What's happened to Kentucky? Is it just sitting?
I think it's just sitting there too. I mean,
they're growing trees and grass.
Yeah.
It's maintained. It's just covered in tractor trailers, and they park a lot of cars from cars that are built that are waiting for parts or something. There's a lot of that going on there, from what I heard.
Well,
you go back to Daytona now. Great. It should be exciting, but now it's up on the drivers, too, to understand what's going on here. Because we went to Daytona all those years, and they got to be such a mess, and they wrecked all the cars, and that's why we left Daytona. Remember, it got to be so stupid that way. So it's up to the drivers to kind of race, can they race smart? Hopefully. I mean, it's an exhibition race, but we don't need to wreck the field every year now. He still will, though.
They will, yeah.
And let's see how NASCAR, from a fan standpoint of attending the event, how they package this together. So you're going to have a race on a Saturday, which is what they always used to do years ago. And then what are you going to do? Sunday is the Super Bowl, so it won't be much going on. And then the rest of Speed Weeks, are you going to add some practices now on maybe, Wednesday or to get some more people excited? Because that was the biggest reason why they got rid of the Clash, is because you had this large gap from when you raced until when Speed Weeks actually got going again. And that was their biggest concern as to what they did and why they moved it out, because it wasn't grouped together. So now, with the talk of possibly getting some more practice next year, are you going to package this whole thing together so that you can have a full week of racing again at Daytona? So it'd be cool to see how they do this going forward.
The ARCA race, right? It was always
yeah. And when are you going to do that?
Qualifying for the Cup race too, for the 500.
Yeah, because qualifying was always on. That was always on the Sunday. So are they going to do that before the Super Bowl? Yeah, I would imagine not, because Super Bowl pregame takes so long. So, but when is ARCA going to run? Are they going to run before the the Norp race on Saturday? Or are you going to move them back to group them together? Because to sell a ticket, the Clash, and what is the Clash going to look like? How many cars are going to be in it? None of that has come out yet either. Yeah, is it going to just be pole?
I have a vision of monkeys and a football right now.
I mean, you don't want to have. Are you going to throw 40 cars out there again and run that? That doesn't really make much of a Clash. I don't know.
We're going to have to bring 2 haulers per team full of cars. Because
no kidding.
Down there.
Oh my God. It's, well, so the good news and the bad news is that they're coming back to Daytona. I like it. It belongs at Daytona. I guess it's because I have I tend to be a traditionalist. And that's where we had it when it was the best, and there's so many memorable races there, and it's all part of Speed Week, and we were used to it. And, probably more of us have been to the Daytona Clash than any of the other clashes that they've had. I mean, who the hell went to Los Angeles other than Dean Strom?
I was just going to say Dean.
Yeah, he was the announcer. That's why he was there. But, they tried to stuff it. They took the streets of Los Angeles and tried to make it a marketing tool to bring new eyes to the Busch Clash.
Well, it almost seems like you don't want to give NASCAR too much credit because they seem to be deaf to a lot of things. But it seems now in the last couple of years that they're kind of going back to what they did before. Then they're hearing that the fans didn't like all this big high tech change stuff, and they're going back to you're back at North Wilkesboro, you're back at Chicagoland. You didn't do the dirt stuff at Bristol anymore. You're back to a traditional race there. Oh. I mean, are they learning a little bit and starting to listen a little bit and trying to do more things the way you should instead of all this extreme stuff? It almost seems that way.
We need a full field for the Clash. There used to just be pole winners, right? I mean, how many pole winners do we have this year?
Yeah. That's what you need, a race with 10 cars.
But I remember hearing a press conference that the biggest thing, and same thing with the All-Star race, is when you sell a package of sponsorship, you sell all the events. So they need to find a way to include all the teams in all their events. I heard that before the All-Star race, and they talked about the 2 non-point races. So that's why they need to include everybody. And at Bowman Gray, you included everybody as well. So that's why I'm interested to see, are you going to run like heat races at Daytona? I don't know how they're going to do that.
We're happy you're listening to the LTN podcast. We're going to sneak away for a break, but we'll be right back.
Nothing says summer like brats on the grill. Speaking of hot, sizzling action, things are cooking on the dirt.
Let's go racing! Plymouth Dirt Track Racing, Saturday nights, the Midsummer Sprintacular, featuring IRA 410 Glenn Hebner Memorial Race, plus PDTR 360 sprints and lightning sprints. Dirt flies at 5:30. Adult tickets $25, students $5, and kids 6 and under free with paying adults. Check out PlymouthDTR.com for schedules and ticket information. The Saturday night tradition, Plymouth Dirt Track Racing.
Miller Sales and Service of Random Lake is where to go for a trailer, no matter what you're hauling. Tom and Jerry Miller have been selling trailers from B&B, Trophy, and Bravo for over 50 years. Quality and integrity is what put them on the map on the corner of 57 and K since 1939. Home of the number 89 dirt and asphalt cars of Brad Miller. That's Miller Sales and Service. It's where to go for a trailer, just 20 minutes north of Milwaukee. Call them 920-994-4358.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
Chimney Mechanics installs and services wood, natural gas, propane, pellet stoves, and chimneys. We service all of Wisconsin, the UP, and Northern Illinois. We repair all brands and all models of fireplaces, no matter where you bought it. We do custom chimney caps, liners, chimney fire repairs, water and stonework, water leak repairs, and replacement dampers. We do new construction and insurance work. No job is too big or too small. ChimneyMechanics.com. That's Chimney Mechanics with an X. Check us out on Facebook.
It's time for the totally unfair TV ratings from last week. TNT had the Cup race, 2.4 million viewers. Fox had the Indy cars, and it was on Monday because what exactly all happened there last week, Brian?
The World Cup game went into extra time, so that delayed it an hour. And as soon as the World Cup was over, it started lightning at Nashville. And as soon as the lightning cleared, it poured. And then it just kept pouring and rained it out.
Yeah, their big World Cup lead-in got drenched away by the rain. So I feel bad for IndyCar that way. They had to try to get a big audience to watch their stuff, and they just couldn't do it because of the weather.
775,000 people watched on Fox on Monday.
Which seems like a pretty big number for a Monday afternoon. Because, I mean, I was at work when it started. I got home just in time to see it finish.
All right, we have a little test for you here today. I'm going to throw a name out there, and I'm going to give you some choices, okay? We got a guy by the name of Eric Jacuzzi. Which of these three best would define Eric Jacuzzi? A former quarterback from Burlington who came to Wisconsin for a golf tournament and got busted for drunk driving. B, inventor of the hot tub. Or C, NASCAR's vice president for vehicle performance and its lead aerodynamicist, which I didn't even know was a word.
Well, now you gave it away. We all know it's the last one.
I know it, that aerodynamicist. You know, no wonder he quit. They give him this turd of a race car, and they tell him, make it good. You do it with aerodynamics. Don't change anything but aerodynamics. Well, there you go. You get what you get. This guy said, I've had about enough of that, and he's leaving. Did any of us ever hear the name of Eric Jacuzzi before?
No.
Last name I've heard of, but never.
Not in that frame.
Not of in that, which means B. That's what I had for years was a jacuzzi. Oh well. Happy retirement, Mr. Jacuzzi. Hope it all goes well for you.
I wonder how that department works, though. Do they come up with these changes? They must put things on a computer simulation thing, probably, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
But do they include in
Chat GPT?
Yeah. Make me a car that will race at Daytona, you know. And, but I mean, do they put drivers with that? I mean, do they have any kind of input in it? Because sometimes what the computer says is fast is like scary as hell in the seat.
Yeah, you know, again, it's that traditionalist side of us that we want to see. You know, what was really wrong with 5 lug nuts? Because this single lug nut is faster? Who gives a shit? Well, it's okay. There's more that can be determined by a pit stop that way. And it adds more drama to me. But now, well, you know, if you don't get that single lug nut on and the tire comes off, we're going to throw a couple of guys out in the next race. Who gives? Really? Why?
I'd like to go back to that LTN pit stop competition we did years ago.
Oh, God.
With the signal lug nut. I do a lot better than I did with the 5.
Yeah.
Well, originally, when they were originally talking about that, they were going to try to change the pit stop so that you didn't have to buy these high-tech athletic people that were football and wrestling and hockey players to do it. But they never completely went that way, because on the IndyCar side and IMSA side, those are just, regular dudes that are doing the pit stops. They're people that work on the cars, because there's no jack man. The car just comes up in the air and there's just one lug nut and the fuel is just a hose stuck in there. But NASCAR never fully went that way. And then your 2 bottom series are still doing it the old fashioned way. So these same pit stop guys are doing all 3 series. So that was the original intent, because I remember Ed talking about it when we were talking about how they're going to change the pit stops, and they just never went that way with it.
Yeah, whatever. There are a lot smarter people than us come up with this stuff. And
we think they are. We think
they are. But, again, they're finally slowly starting to come around to coming back to the old way of doing things, and you can't complain about that. Here's a good one. I'm a little surprised about this one. Rush freaking Keselowski Racing has announced that Ryan Preece is going to be back in the 60 car next year. What they didn't say was with or without a charter. Dan, how can they make this work without a charter?
Oh, as a sponsorship. I mean, the Kroger sponsorship is one of the better ones, and apparently it's enough to run unchartered. You don't really want to, because it's a huge difference.
You don't make any money.
Right. I mean, the question is going to be is which car is going to run unchartered? If they're going to have 3, if Preece is back, if Buescher's back, and if Keselowski still drives, one of those 3 cars may have to run unchartered. Which one will it be? I mean, you kind of want you're probably going to make every race, right? I mean, there's a couple times maybe when other cars show up, but you got to pick one of those.
Is Keselowski, did he announce how long he's going to keep racing?
No, he says he wants to run for several more years.
Okay.
We had thought maybe he wouldn't, but.
Yeah, I kind of figured he'd want to take a bigger role behind the desk.
Yeah, but there's that side too. I mean, look at he went through that surgery this year, and he was hobbled around, and you thought, boy, he can't want to do this. He's in pain, and it just made him hungrier, I think.
It's the Rich Bickle syndrome.
Yeah, you can't leave it alone.
Yeah, when you still got a little fire in the belly, yeah.
And there's something for that, and Bickle wins. That's the difference. We haven't seen Keselowski really win anything, and Bickle won down at Grundy. That's right. So, in fact, he's even up there in the points the way I see it. All right, so interesting. Lots of things. There's one other rumor out there. I think we even mentioned it before. Tom Cruise is apparently going to reprise his role in Days of Thunder and come back with Days of Thunder 2. If he can be one of those pilots and do that whole thing, maybe he can be a 60-some-year-old race car driver too. What do you think?
I don't know. Probably be a team owner, or maybe he'll take Harry Hogg's place as a crew chief, and there'll be some other.
Is this how uncreative movie makers are? They just can't create new content anymore. We just got to keep rehashing old stuff. It sure seems.
Well, they're trying to capitalize on the dollars of the older generation, which I'm ashamed to say that's part of me now.
Are they going to have movie cars out racing with the actual series like they did the first time around? I mean, remember that? The movie cars are out amongst the regular cars.
I was there.
They probably will. Yeah, they probably would, because that's promotional stuff for them too.
During when they had the twin qualifiers at Daytona on Thursday afternoon instead of at night, they told everybody that they were doing this, and they had a fake crash, and they landed a helicopter on the front stretch to take poor Cole Trickle and put him in an ambulance and all that. And
there's something for Carl Long's Garage 66 team. They can put the movie.
There you go.
Oh, nice.
You heard it here first, folks.
Trickle drove a car in one of those scenes, I believe, if I remember back. The good old days. We're happy you're tuned in. We'll sneak away for a break, and when we come back, oh my gosh, is it results season? And we've got that right after this.
Nothing says summer like brats on the grill. Speaking of hot, sizzling action, things are cooking on the dirt.
Let's go racing! Plymouth Dirt Track Racing, Saturday night, the Midsummer Sprintacular, featuring IRA 410 Glenn Hefner Memorial Race, plus PDTR 360 sprints and lightning sprints. Dirt flies at 5:30. Adult tickets $25. Students $5, and kids 6 and under free with paying adults. Check out PlymouthDTR.com for schedules and ticket information. The Saturday night tradition, Plymouth Dirt Track Racing.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
It's the one big race you don't want to miss. The Candrude Auto Group 250, Tuesday night, August 4th at WIR. Featuring the stars and cars of the ASA Midwest Tour. See NASCAR Cup star Carson Hocevar, Tour champ Summer, Morrissey and Zaire. Past winners Luke Fenhouse, Paulie Schaefer, and Casey Johnson. Fox River frontrunners Efforts, JVO, Vanderloop, Stensham, third generation standout Ben Sauter. National stars Krause and McGee. NASCAR truck champion Ty Majeski. Plus Tour top guns Vandergeest, Mondyke, and Fredrickson. Champions and challengers battling for $15,000. Advanced discount tickets, $25. Ages 12 and under free. See MidwestTour.racing for more. The ASA Midwest Tour Candrude 250 and Midwest Truck Dixieland Delight. Tuesday night, August 4th. Spectator gates open at 4. Racing at 6:30. The Candrude Auto Group 250. Wisconsin International Raceway. It's the biggest race of the year, and you just gotta be there.
The summer heat is on, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need with fresh mulch arriving daily. From premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to EnviroMulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
And now the LTN Hour presents Dirt on the Dirt with Brian Schmidt.
A lot of money on the line this week again as the dirt tracks across the country pay big-time payouts here. We'll start Tuesday night. Eagle River, Wisconsin, the IMCA Modifieds made a special visit. Dylan Waldvogel was your winner. The IMCA stock cars went to Hot Rod Snellenberger, and the USRA Limited Lates went to Lucas Peterson. Up at Superior, Wisconsin, Gondek Law Speedway, they had the fair going on up there, and they had a special race Tuesday night. Brandon Kopp was your winner. Speaking of money, Tuesday night, Lincoln, Illinois, Flow Late Model Night in America, $20,000 to win for the Super Late Models. Brandon Shepard started padding his bank account, as he would the rest of the week, with a big payout on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, Fairbury, Illinois, another Flow Late Model Night in America race, $20,000 to win. Hudson O'Neill grabbed the win there. Schweiken, Ontario, Canada, for the World of Outlaw NOS Engineering Sprint Car Series, $20,000 to win. David Gravel picked up the win there. And I believe Kenny Wallace won in the Modifieds up there as well. He made a special appearance, him and Kenny Schrader up there. Sarver, Pennsylvania, Lernerville Speedway, Wednesday night, High Limit Sprint Car Series, $25,000 to win. Corey Day, as we talked about all day here, picked up the win in that one. Thursday night, Indianapolis, Indiana, the dirt track at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Series kicked off Indiana Sprint Week with a $10,000 to win non-wing sprint car feature, and Justin Grant picked up his 100th career USAC victory with that win. Ransomville, New York, High Limit, another $20,000 to win for the High Limit sprint cars. Aaron Reitzel picked up the win on Thursday night. Friday night, Gravity Park in Chilton, the Modifieds, Jesse Cullen was your winner. Grand Nationals, Maverick Rue, and the Stock Cars was Matt Recheck. Up at Luxembourg in the IMCA Modifieds, Greg Gretz was your winner. Stock Cars was Benji Lacrosse. Seymour, the Outagamie County Speedway in the Modifieds, Zachary Robb was your winner. Stock Cars was Brandon Sharapata. Over at Fountain City, Wisconsin's the Mississippi Thunder Speedway. The IRA 410 Sprints made an appearance there. Joel Myers Jr. picked up the win. USRA Modifieds, Jake Tim was your winner, but he was DQ'd. And Alex Williamson got the win. And that's funny that Jake got DQ'd. His family owns the track. Boy, Dad wasn't nice to him. You're out of here. Darlington, Wisconsin.
About how they do business.
That's way to be accountable there. Darlington, Wisconsin, the Lafayette County Speedway, the Limited Lates, Jason Robbins was your winner. IMCA Modifieds, Jaden Fryer. Stock Cars was Jeremy Christians. Up at Menominee, Red Cedar Speedway, the Wissota Late Model, Sammy Mars was your winner. The Modifieds, Blake Adams, and the USRA Limited Lates went to Cooper Sunby. Putnamville, Indiana, Lincoln Park Speedway for another night of USAC Amsoil National Sprint Car Indiana Sprint Week. Kyle Cummins picked up the win there. They had 71 non-wing sprint cars entered for that event. That's amazing. Busty, New York, State Line Speedway for the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Tyler Courtney was your winner. And Fairbury, Illinois kicked off the World of Outlaw Late Model Series Prairie Dirt Classic with 4 $5,000 to win preliminary features among the 86 late models that entered that event. Brandon Shepard, Jason Fager, Sam Seawright, and Trey Mills picked up those wins. Last night at Plymouth, the Badger Midgets, Brandon Welty was your winner. MSA 360 Sprints went to Ben Schmidt, and the Grand Nationals was Brad Lubach. Up at Francis Crick, the 141 Speedway, and the Modifieds, Johnny Whitman was your winner. Stock Cars, Nick Bakarma, and the Grand Nationals was Jeff Richards. Shawano in the late model $1,000 feature went up there. IMCA Modifieds, Trent Nolan, and the Stock Cars was Luke Lemon. Sturgeon Bay, the Hill Raceway. IMCA Stock Cars, the headliner, Brett Wenzel picked up the win. Down at Wilmot in the Modifieds, Jaden Fryer was your winner, and they ran Big Rigs. They sold that place out. Absolutely sold it out. Big Rigs. Austin Hoppy was your winner. Don't know who that is. Don't know much about the Big Rig series, but I remember seeing they did that stuff overseas, and it was pretty wild. So,
any relation to Brian Hoppy?
I wonder.
I don't know. Hopefully they have some video somewhere so I can guys see how that went. But it's interesting. Up at Ashland last night, ABC Raceway, the USRA Limited Lates, Clayton Huftig was your winner. Modifieds was Brandon Kopp. Rice Lake, the Wissota Modifieds, Blake Adams. New Richmond, Wisconsin, the Cedar Lake Speedway, the IRA 410 Sprints, $10,000 to win. Christopher Trom was your winner. Kokomo, Indiana, another night of Indiana Sprint Week. Kevin Thomas Jr. grabbed the win. Port Royal, Pennsylvania, the High Limit Sprint Cars, Brett Marks. Weedsport, New York, the World of Outlaw NOS Engineering Sprint Car Series, Sheldon Howdenchild was your winner. And the big money race of the weekend was down in Fairbury, Illinois at the World of Outlaw Late Model Series Prairie Dirt Classic, $50,000 to win, plus $500 a lap leader money for a 100-lap feature. Brandon Shepard picked up the win, plus $18,500 in lap money. There was only one other leader, and that was Trey Mills, and he picked up $31,500 in lap money there last night.
Copycat.
UOP mods were the undercard, and $5,000 to win. That went to Cole Falloway. Yeah, a little kind of copycat, but a lot of money. That's an extra $50,000 they pay out there.
Outstanding.
So that is everything for this week.
All right, on to the asphalt side of things. Wednesday, the CRA Super Series had their Master of the Pros 200 lapper at Owasso Speedway in Michigan. The winner was Kyle Steckley. Keelan Harvick was 5th, Kevin Harvick 8th, and Weston Marthaler was 10th. Thursday night at WIR, the Pro Late Model feature winner was Brazen Bennett. The Super Late was Grant Griesbach. Friday, Arca Menards at Lucas Oil, Indianapolis IRP Raceway Park. Caden Honeycutt was your winner. Then he hopped into a truck and didn't fare as well, but the winner was Lane Riggs for the Craftsman Truck Series. As we already documented that, Majeski was 3rd. Grundy County Speedway, Big 8 late model double features. The first one was Frank Beldowski. The second was Carter Nelson. Madison International Speedway, the Midwest Truck Series winner was Chester Ace. The ASA Midwest Tour winner, Ty Fredrickson. And then yesterday, we chatted a bit about it. The NASCAR O'Reilly Series at Indy. Carson Kvapil was the winner, getting that first win, that monkey off his back. His brother, Caden Kvapil, picking up a win that same day, like yesterday, at the Hampton Heat 200 at Langley Speedway in Virginia with the late model stock cars. So big day for the Kvapils. Caden picked up $10,000 for that win, and I don't really know what Carson got for his win. The ASA Stars and the Cars Tour combined at Newport Speedway. The winner was Carson Brown after a bit of a slobber knocker with Matt Craig. Craig finished second. Derek Thorne was 8th, Keelan Harvick 10th, Stephen Nasse 13th, Tristan McKee 14th, and Derek Kraus ended up 16th. Golden Sands Speedway had the Tundra Series running there. Dalton Zare picked up that win. At Jefferson Speedway in the late models, Jason Erickson, fast time and the feature win. La Crosse Speedway, double features. Steve Carlson picked up the NASCAR late model win number 1, and Nick Clements was the second feature winner. At Dell's last night, the modified winner was Brad Worthen, and the late model winner was Michael Guderski. And then coming up this Saturday, the UARA will be at Golden Sands Speedway for the Carbliss 125. It's a super late model race for a $10,000 payday. And then, of course, next Sunday, the Triple Crown, race number 2 at Slinger. And Tuesday, a week from this Tuesday, will be the Midwest Tours Ganrud Auto Group 200, a.k.a. the Dixieland 250. Final quick note, I know we need to go to break, but I just want to mention a scheduling agreement could not be reached between the ASA Midwest Tour and Elko Speedway for the Thunderstruck 93 that was slated for the NASCAR, or for the ASA Stars schedule on August 15th. So that event has been canceled. Elko Speedway and its ownership group has announced, though, that they're still going to do the Thunderstruck 93. It's just going to be moved now back to its more traditional place on the schedule, September 12th, and it'll be done as a limited late model race, and that will allow the Dwayne Barron's Memorial Race to remain on August 15th at Elko Speedway, which they already had wanted to do there. And that is a wrap. Other than the final note, you probably heard, Hawkeye Downs is going to be turning into dirt for most of next year.
Well, whatever.
On the quarter mile. The half mile will still be pavement.
Oh, outstanding. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
It's the one big race you don't want to miss. The Ganrud Auto Group 250, Tuesday night, August 4th at WIR. Featuring the stars and cars of the ASA Midwest Tour. See NASCAR Cup star Carson Hocevar, Tour champ Summer Morrissey and Zare. Past winners Luke Fenhouse, Holly Schaefer, and Casey Johnson. Fox River frontrunners Efforts, JVO, Vanderloop, Stensham, third generation standout Ben Sauter, national stars Krause and McGee, NASCAR truck champion Ty Majeski, plus Tour Top Guns Vandergeest, Klondike and Fredrickson, champions and challengers battling for $15,000. Advanced discount tickets, $25. Ages 12 and under free. See MidwestTour.racing for more. The ASA Midwest Tour Ganrud 250 and Midwest Truck Dixieland Delight. Tuesday night, August 4th. Spectator gates open at 4. Racing at 6:30. The Ganrud Auto Group 250. Wisconsin International Raceway. It's the biggest race of the year, and you just gotta be there.
Miller Sales and Service of Random Lake is where to go for a trailer, no matter what you're hauling. Tom and Jerry Miller have been selling trailers from B&B, Trophy, and Bravo for over 50 years. Quality and integrity is what put them on the map on the corner of 57 and K since 1939. Home of the number 89 dirt and asphalt cars of Brad Miller. That's Miller Sales and Service. It's where to go for a trailer, just 20 minutes north of Milwaukee. Call them 920-994-4358.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
Last week during the North Wilkesboro race, Ryan Schmidt noticed something that I don't know if anybody else noticed. It was, first of all, we all noticed that it was a better race than we have seen on a typical short track. and Brian figured out why.
They weren't shifting, unlike Martinsville. Martinsville, they shift all the time, and you kind of just get like a train going around the track. There's no shifting going on at North Wilkesboro because the straightaways weren't long enough. So whether that directly attributed to the much better racing or not, I don't know, but it certainly helped.
Plus, one straightaway is downhill, so that helps.
Yeah,
yes.
A little different kind of all the way around. It was 0.625, 5/8.
It's just all week you heard a lot of complaining about how that was such a long race. 450 laps. It's just so long. I believe that race was still under 3 hours in length. So
that's a TV dream right there. 3 hours, pretty much perfect. All right, so I'll brag. Yeah, I'm such a Joey Logano guy that I picked him last week and he won for me. But I suck at this. But today I'm very confident in picking Kyle Larson to win at Indianapolis. And I got a funny feeling of the four of us, I'm the only one that's going to pick him. All right, who wants to go next? PJ?
You know who I'm going with. I'm going to take Blaney. He's going to be the spoiler today in a Ford.
Okay.
And win $1 million then.
Yes.
Yes. Just so he finishes ahead of the 34. All right. Dan?
Boy, everybody, my heart says Denny Hamlin. I mean, Kyle Larson's a good pick. Hamlin looks like he might be the favorite, but I'm going to just go out on a limb and take an Indiana guy. How about Chase Briscoe?
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
Yes, it would. All right, Brian, you got scraps here.
Oh, you're going to leave Denny Hamlin on the table. I'll take him. I mean, this is probably one of his, he's got this year and next year to try to grab this last, I'll use air quotes, crown jewel event. So I'm going to go with Hamlin.
Let's see. Chevy, Toyota, Ford. Well, we're pretty much covered there. We got them all figured out.
And when Brian picked Denny Hamlin, does he win or does he have bad luck? Do you jinx him?
Yeah, I've picked him to win a lot over the last couple of years. It's been a little bit of each. I've had him as a winner a lot of times also, though.
He really seems like he has stayed the guy. He's the car to beat every week. Seriously, he's always running up front.
Will they sustain this all the way through the end of the season? That's the question.
Yeah.
Because that elusive championship is just, been there and he's not been able to grab it. But this new format, he's going to start out probably in front. And then can he keep it together for 10 races?
Hey, tonight at Slinger Speedway, get this one. It's ladies' night. A $2 admission for all ladies tonight. It's going to be 4 divisions, the late models and the sportsmen, plus 2 other divisions. Not just that, but, we got high banks. So what's a good thing to put on high banks? Flat track motorcycles. That's right. They're going to be there. Spectator eliminators are going to be back. And get this one, figure 8 bus race. Oh, my goodness. Usually that's saved for that Rock'em Sock'em Slam Fest. But that's nice. Plus, as an added bonus, and to go along with all that stuff, $5 margaritas. What could go wrong?
I see a lot of people not making it to work on Monday.
I remember picking up you, Todd, from a similar night from the Art Museum.
That was a bit. The guys came to my house where we did the show from, and they parked out front, and as they were coming up the walk, there was frozen puke on the sidewalk. I guess where that came from. Oh yeah, that was not one of my better nights. It was at the Art Museum, and they had statues in there, and I got pictures of me doing obscene things to statues. I'm a bad drunk. I don't drink like I used to, which is a good thing all the way around. All right. Well, we're very happy you tuned in. By the way, they announced that they're going to bring that IndyCar truck double back to St. Petersburg March 5th, 6th, and 7th next year. They'll have that thing back, and that was a pretty good show. I like when.
One more big note, quick, as we leave here. Next week, the 6-hour race at Road America. No Cup race going on. NASCAR has a full weekend off. Make it a point to try to get out to Road America to check that out. It's going to be a spectacle. The race will be starting as we are in the late stages of our show, and we'll go for 6 hours next week, Sunday.
All right. Hey, real race cars have doors, even if they do climb in through the windows. Let's Talk NASCAR is produced and directed by Dangerous Dan Margetta. Our engineer is Matt Losey, and from all of us, thanks for making us a part of your Sunday mornings. We love you for it, and we'll see you next week, everybody.
This program has come to you live from multiple locations. Any and all comments expressed on this show do not necessarily express the opinions of this station, its employees, or advertisers. Your comments are always welcome at mail@ltnradionetwork.com. Find us at facebook.com/LTN Radio Network. And thank you for your support since 1985. Tune in again next Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time for the LTN Hour on the LTN Radio Network.